Hi guys, welcome back to A2Z Sports Debate Show with your host Adam Zananti. For today's topic, we're going to be talking about one of my brother's favorite teams, the Oakland Raiders. My brother's name is Frankie, by the way, so I hope he gets a chance to watch this video. The reason I'm talking about the Oakland Raiders is because this has been a team that really since the 80s have been a very horrible franchise. They haven't won a whole lot of games, and fans in Oakland and many around the world have really not recognized what this team once was. I mean, back in the 70s and 80s, the Oakland Raiders were a very ruthless team, like one of those bad boys you see on TV. Like they were like that Mad Max of Fury Road. Like they were that hard to defeat, and they really had a nasty persona about them. That was their identity. Now it definitely makes sense when you think of their logo that has an eye patch, on their eye. But furthermore, the reason why I want to discuss about them is because I see a rise to glory. Since last season, I've seen that the Raiders are starting to progress into a playoff team again, and almost in win now mode. I want to start off by talking about Derek Carr. He's a young, talented quarterback and a good pass player. I like his development. I believe he was a 5th-round pick for Oakland back in 2013. I like that Oakland now has a quarterback. They really have struggled. Them and Cleveland Browns, they really have had horrible quarterbacks the last few years, but Oakland seems to have stability with Carr at quarterback. One thing I like about their offense is who they have at wide receiver, starting with veteran wide receiver Michael Crabtree. Now, Crabtree used to play with the 49ers, but they released him thinking he was too old to still play the position. So this past season, he signed a 1-year deal with Oakland, and the man had 9 touchdowns, but really rejuvenized his career and really became a big-time agent for them. Another stud, talented young wide receiver is Amari Cooper. Cooper was drafted last year in the NFL draft and really was the number 1 wide receiver in points scored and receiving yards and catches. I think he has the potential in about 2 to 4 years to really be a top wide receiver like Odell Beckham is and Antonio Brown. Another thing I like about Oakland's offense is Latavius Murray. Now, he's not DeMarco Murray, it's Latavius Murray. He's a fine running back, very young, can run between the tackles, and he'll only get better when the Raiders could get more offensive linemen. So that's great. I think the Oakland offense I would give right now moving forward a B. I think in time when they work more together, there'll be a prolific offense that can score points quickly. But enough about the offense. I really love this Oakland Raiders defense right here. And I definitely love the additions that they got, starting with former Seahawks linebacker Bruce Irvin. I think that was a fantastic hire and a pickup in free agency. He'll help Khalil Mack to form a good, solid linebacking core that will really disrupt the quarterback. They still have a defensive end, Aldon Smith, also a former 49er, to rush the passer. And they also got Sean Smith, former Kansas City cornerback, that will really help them in pass coverage, And they have other positions to fill too. But I love this Raiders team because they're on the rise to greatness. They did go about 7-9, but they almost made the playoffs. In a division where you got Denver's hellacious defense that showed that with defense you can still win the Super Bowl even if your offense isn't great. Now, Denver is going through a QB transition, so if they don't have the right quarterback, I think Oakland could maybe get a step on them, possibly, of contending in the division. Am I predicting they'll get to the Super Bowl? No, but if the Raiders seem very intriguing to me that I think they can make a push to the playoffs again and be a fine, talented team, I also want to mention, too, that I think that this team can really shock people next season. And I think that they could make the playoffs. So, and I actually am predicting that they will. Maybe not as a division winner, but I think they'll be a wild card. And, once again, though, I think this team is on the rise for greatness. I hope in the draft, if I was them, they had the 14th pick overall. I would pick running back Ezekiel Elliott just to make a running back competition to really make their offense more good with the running balance. But once again, thank you for listening and comment below. Thank you.
Bye.